All right. Well, thank you everyone for coming to today's Lunch and Learn. Discover the smarter way to search in Canvas with Atomic Search. I'm Lauren Romano, and joining me is Chris Johnson. He's our Regional Manager of Sales. Today, we are going to give you a tour of Atomic Search for Canvas with its latest features like Find and Replace, and show you how it compares to Canvas's Smart Search. Before I pass this off to Chris, I'll just quickly go over the agenda for this 30-minute session. Chris is going to start with a brief overview of Atomic Jolt and what we do to enhance teaching and learning in Canvas. Then we'll do a live demo of Search right in Canvas. During the demo, please feel free to put all of your questions into the Q&A, and we'll be sure to either answer them live or in the Q&A chat. This session is being recorded, so I will also follow up with everybody after to share the recording. If you would like to set up a more personalized demo of Search or one of our other tools, or if you'd like access to our free trial, I'll include a link to my calendar in that email as well. In the follow-up email, I'll also announce if you are the winner of the Uber Eats giveaway. Everyone attending here is entered to win, so be sure to check the email to see if you are the lucky winner. But now I'll pass it off to Chris.
Thanks, Lauren. As Lauren mentioned, my name is Chris Johnson, Regional Director here at Atomic Jolt, and I'm looking forward to showing you Atomic Search and how it compares to Canvas's Smart Search. I've worked for Instructure and now working for Atomic Jolt. I have a unique perspective to compare the two applications, and really looking forward to doing that for you. Before we get started, I see some new names in the group, so I just wanted to set the stage and let you know who Atomic Jolt is and what we do. Our founders have been in the EdTech space for 20 years now, and Atomic Jolt has been an organization for 10. And our goal is to help update the LMS to ensure that it works for all learners through LTIs, through custom development, or really just ensuring that the LMS extends to your needs. And as a result, we've got customers across the US, across the world, in K-12, higher education, and even corporate customers as well. We partner with all major LMSs, but today, of course, we are going to focus on Canvas, their smart search tool, and how it compares to our search tool, Atomic Search. All right, let's hop right in. And I'd like to start with the student experience, since they are the bulk of the users in Canvas. And one of the differentiators that Atomic Search has that often goes overlooked is the placement of Atomic Search. Atomic Search is at the top of every single page within Canvas, whereas Canvas Smart Search is within those course navigation links. Another differentiator is Canvas Smart Search is primarily used by students as a course level searching tool, which supports a lot of use cases, but especially when you get into those higher level courses, each subject matter builds upon itself, and it's helpful to be able to search across all the courses you have access to ensure that you have all the relevant study materials on an upcoming midterm, or just an assignment, or if ever you're trying to study for your course material at all. Now, because we do offer cross-course searching, one thing that's really important is the ability to be able to sort or filter those results. Since you may get several results, you can filter and sort with Atomic Search, whereas with Smart Search, because that's a course level searching capability, it doesn't offer that. And then probably another item that gets overlooked is Canvas Smart Search currently supports pages, announcements, discussion prompts, and then assignment descriptions, whereas Atomic Search indexes all learning objects within Canvas. And the ones that I find most impactful is these uploaded files like PDFs, PowerPoints, Word documents, being able to index, even if it's page 3 of a 500-page document, Atomic Search can do that. Beyond that, you have Canvas Studio videos, those closed caption files, discussion replies, and even external URLs. And so I'm looking forward to showing you that. Now, one thing I do want to point out that Canvas Smart Search does currently support, and that's semantic search. Atomic Search is going to also support semantic search. The goal is to have that released in January release cycle, but certainly within Q1 of 2025. All right, so let's take a look and show you how these compare to Canvas's smart search capabilities. And as mentioned, this is going to start out with the student experience, and we're going to start with the placement of atomic search. So the one thing I want to point out again is that atomic search is everywhere within Canvas on the top of every single page. And it's especially impactful when a student first logs in. They're taken to their Canvas dashboard, and they likely want to get to where they're going immediately. So this allows them to search across all their courses for the subject material that's appropriate to their search. I'll also point out that it is in the global navigation menu, as well as each course navigation link. Now, I mentioned that one of the impactful things about atomic search is the ability to find these terms within uploaded files. And here's an example of that. You'll notice that the title of the document is cell organelles, and it was able to find, the term mitochondria on page 2 of an uploaded document. Again, this is also possible with PowerPoints, PDFs, and I hear from a lot of nursing, law schools, English departments where they're uploading chapters of PDFs that this is really helpful for study aids because they're able to find those terms within those PDFs or within those Word documents and review those before those midterms or those finals. Again, Smart Search is located here in this course navigation link. It does allow you to search within the course itself, but only this specific course. So that is the key differentiator with Canvas's Smart Search functionality, and then also Atomic Search's capabilities. Now, the other thing I mentioned was the ability to filter or sort objects. So if I'm looking for, a fairly generic term like leadership here, it's likely that I'm going to get results across all my courses, and I may be looking for something very specific like an assignment. So I can filter those results and be brought down to and only be given those relevant learning objects. Now, if you are looking for just a course level search functionality, Atomic Search is able to do that as well. Whenever you navigate to a course within Canvas as a student, it's going to automatically filter those results from searching all my courses to just search this course specifically. So it's far more impactful to have it on the top of every single page. Again, we've found that it's adopted 3 times more often by having this search application at the top. You're not required to, go searching for it within your course navigation links. It's right there available to you. All right, so that's the student experience. One thing I'll point out is Atomic Search is all roles or is specific to your roles and permissions in Canvas. And so some of the capabilities that are only available to students are that they can only navigate to content that they would otherwise be able to navigate to. That's one of the top concerns we have whenever, an institution is looking into Atomic Search is how do we ensure that students don't get access to study guides, lecture notes, quiz grading schemes? And the answer is if they can't navigate to those objects through the course navigation links or through prerequisites and availability windows, then they're not going to be able to access it with Atomic Search. All right. Now that we've taken a look at Atomic Search from the student experience and highlighted the differences between the two, let's also talk about Atomic Search from an instructional design or a faculty perspective. And one of the biggest developments and one of the biggest reasons why we hear from institutions of why they chose Atomic Search was this find and replace functionality. I'm sure you've used find and replace in, PowerPoints, Word documents, all of the Microsoft suite of tools. We have the same functionality for your LMS. And for faculty and instructional designers, you can do this at the course level. So it's very easy to find and update materials, and I'll show you that in just a moment. Whereas Smart Search, again, it's mostly designed for a student course level searching capability. And so there's nothing that really compares in Canvas's Smart Search tool. Another functionality that's impactful for instructional designers or faculty is having the ability to see what your students searched for. And this is helpful to know how to outline your course. It gives you some insight into the most popular or hard to find content. And then the other very powerful capability is Atomic Author, which is a module that utilizes Atomic Search that's available for Atomic Search customers. And this tool allows you to find learning resources that you've used in previous courses that are available in your learning object repository or Canvas Studio. We also integrate with third-party learning object repositories like OpenEquella. So it makes it very easy for faculty or instructional designers to find these learning materials and update and enhance their learning content. All right, I'm noticing that there's some chat. Oh, that's you, Lauren, thanks. So we're going to now take a look at what that experience looks like if you're essentially the teacher level role, and this could be, a faculty member, instructional designer, or anyone with a teacher role in Canvas. All right, let's switch to that role here. And where I'd like to start out is this find and replace functionality. And I'd like to walk you through a specific use case I heard at a recent conference. I had someone that stopped by and said, we're actually going through this major overhaul where we're changing credits, the word credits, into the term units. And so I showed them how they could use find and replace, and I'd like to use that same use case to show you here. So if you go to Atomic Search in the course navigation links, you'll notice that there's a new updated option for find and replace. And again, I've initiated a search where I'm looking through the entire course to find words that utilize the term units and replace that with the term credits. If I wanted to filter the content types, I can do so here. Or if I'm looking to update it across all learning objects within Canvas, I can keep all types selected here. You'll notice that I have 15 results across 12 different items. I've already updated this. With find and replace, I can also undo if that was a mistake. If I wanted to replace them all within a quick process, I can just click it here. But oftentimes, you're probably going to want to vet and ensure that you are making the appropriate changes. And you can do so by clicking each link, determine if you want to replace those terms here, or if you want to leave it as is. And if I did want to leave it, I can certainly just ignore this one and continuously go down the list. Now, in times you're going to click replace all and you're going to find, oh, that had some implication that I didn't expect. With find and replace, you also have this history capability where you can see what you've updated. You can see who did it here by clicking their user ID, what was found and replaced with. You'll notice in the past, on October 3rd, I found an outdated YouTube link and replaced it with a more up-to-date YouTube link. And so if there was, if that YouTube video went away, or if I needed to undo the changes, I can easily revert those changes. I can also download the results as a CSV in case I wanted to, again, go through the process of reviewing the changes that have been made and maybe reverting just a few of those options. All right, so that's find and replace from a faculty or instructional design perspective. It makes it very easy to update terms, links. I've heard it being used for textbook titles, room numbers if your room changed from one semester to the other, teacher aide names if last semester Eduardo was your TA and this semester Lauren's your TA, you could easily find those names and update it within the learning content. So there's a lot of practical use cases there, and I'm sure you have ideas on how that could be used as well. All right, let's quickly show you the search analytics, and then we'll switch gears and show you that Atomic Author component of our Atomic Search tool as well. So I mentioned that with Atomic Search, it's helpful to know what your students are searching for, and there's a few ways that you can do that. One, if you have the word cloud enabled, which you can do in your course settings, students and teachers can see this word cloud, which shows the most commonly searched terms within their course. If you do have this turned off or you wanted to dive into these analytics a little bit further, you can click View Analytics, change the filter to whatever you'd like, and you'll see how many times a term has been searched within your course. Again, this is helpful just to know if you need to reorganize your learning content. Perhaps, the information on dynamics is hard to find and you want to just make it a little bit more visible, or it tells you, hey, these are really common subjects within your learning content. All right. Now that we've taken a look at analytics, let's talk about Atomic Author. Atomic Author is a module in Atomic Search that just makes it very easy to reuse or to find learning contents or open education resources that are out there and bring them within your learning content. So in this example, this is our homepage. I want to make it look a little bit more compelling. And so I'm looking for a banner to add to this learning content. And so to do that, I can, expand this to full screen view. I can choose wherever I want this banner. And maybe I want it just right underneath this Canvas Studio video. And from my LTIs, I can select Atomic Author and choose it to search across various different sources. So the options I have here are to search across all of my courses that I still have access to. I can search Canvas Studio resources, Canvas Common resources, and also if you do use third-party learning object repositories like OpenAquila, we can integrate with those as well. If there's an additional source that you're interested in, even if we don't currently support it, because we have that experience in education technology and custom development, we can connect with those third-party learning object repositories as a source here as well. Again, I'm looking for just a quick banner to add and make my learning content a little bit more impactful. So I probably want to filter this based on the learning type to just images. And let's see what's available. I can look through each of these by clicking on the title, and it's going to give me a preview. If that's the banner that I wanted to use, if this is appropriate to, if the students are expected to read from here on out, I'm just going to go ahead and import that here. But again, I can do the same thing with assignments or files, anything that I want to use to enhance my learning design or my course in general. So that's an example of just how to update content with Atomic Author on the fly. If I wanted to also update and add learning materials within my modules, I have that same capability that you can do within Canvas Commons here, but you have some additional options with Atomic Author. So again, if I'm looking for an assignment on the mitochondria of the cell, I'm going to look across my various different sources, select an assignment. That's not going to work. Let's try another one. All right, cell structure. So I can add that assignment or preview this assignment within that learning object right here. If I like what I see, I can easily add that to my learning content. So you can see how Atomic Search can help you update your course content, whether it be with find and replace or Atomic Author to add learning materials from various different sources. Oftentimes, those interested in Atomic Author are those who are investing in open resources, and they want to make it easy for instructional designers or teachers to find those learning objects and bring them into their content without having to search 3, 4 different sources to bring those into their Canvas courses. All right. Let's switch gears again. So we just talked about how Atomic Search is different for the faculty and instructional designers. Let's now switch gears and talk about the differences if you're a Canvas administrator. So the biggest difference is the one listed up top is, again, Canvas Smart Search's purpose was to be a course level search for students. And so there's not really an account level searching component with that application. With Atomic Search, if you have Canvas admin rights, you can search across the entire account. Or if you're a sub-account admin, you can search across the entire sub-account to find and update learning materials. And if you are updating materials, you can also use find and replace at an account level as well. It's not just a course level find and replace application. Our analytics allow you to search across or to determine how the tool is being used by students, by faculty, and how many searches are being initiated each month and in how many courses they're being searched. So if ever you're trying to determine, is this tool being used? What's the adoption level? The search analytics tool will really help you out with that. And then another overlooked component of Atomic Search, especially for administrators, is the ability to download search results. If you're trying to get data on how many times you're teaching a specific subject or how many learning objects you have on, the mitochondria of the cell, you're able to initiate those account level searches, download the search results, and it's also very helpful whenever you're going through a migration project as well. Think I'm switching from Kaltura to Panopto or to Canvas Studio. Let's find all links that utilize Kaltura, and let's see about updating those to our new video engagement platform. So let's walk through how you can use Atomic Search for as an administrator here. Oh, that's my student. All right. So as a Canvas administrator, you'll be able to click on admin. And when you select your account that you're an administrator to, you'll notice that you have the same search capabilities at the top of every single page, but now you have the ability to search this entire account. And so I mentioned that one thing that's helpful to do is, if I'm migrating away from Kaltura, I might just want to see all the resources that use a Kaltura link by using the syntax URL:Kaltura, and I can find all learning object resources that have either a Kaltura resource embedded or linked within. Now, in most institutions, if you're using a video engagement platform, you probably have far more than 10 results. And this is really helpful to be able to download these search results. And with these downloaded search results, you're given a direct link, a term, a lot of information that's applicable to those search results. And it makes it very easy, again, to manage the project, to update these learning components, and to mark them as you complete these items. I see many Canvas administrators who add a column to this spreadsheet to say, has this been updated? Yes or no. Again, they can use find and replace, but sometimes you want to have just a more thorough process where you vet each link and each embedded item and go through it with a little bit more of a fine-tooth comb. I also mentioned that you can utilize Atomic Search to update it at the admin level. So utilizing the same use case, if I wanted to search and find all results that use the term credit and replace them with unit, I can not only do that at the course level, but I can do that at the administrative level. You'll notice I have a lot of results here. And again, I can go through these one by one and update these learning objects or choose to ignore them. I'm seeing a lot of options with credit cards. Obviously, my intention was not to change credit cards to unit cards. I'm just looking for the places where it says credit and replace it with unit. Again, I can download those as CSV files, and I can also review the history and update those materials as well. All right, so that is account level find and replace, the same capability that faculty and instructional designers have, but you're now able to search across the entire LMS instead of just searching that course to update those materials. Now, I also mentioned that you have the ability to look at some analytics on the tool as well. So let's finish there. If ever you're trying to determine, is Atomic Search being used and to what level of adoption is it being used? You do have these usage analytics that shows exactly how many times a student is searching the tool or using the tool to search, and then how many times faculty members, and then how many courses they're being able to search as well. You're given this line graph that really breaks down, the number of users and shows you based on your FTE, what percentage of the students are using the tool, how many users are in each month, and then again, a breakdown by students and teachers each month, along with course totals and total number of searches. So in closing, and I'll give some time in case you do have questions in the chat, I'll be happy to answer those. The biggest difference with Atomic Search is that you do have the ability to search across all courses, whether you're a faculty, a student, or administrator. You have the ability to update learning materials with find and replace. And you also have authoring components that make it very easy to enhance your learning content and update those learning materials. With that, I'm going to take a few minutes. If you do have questions on how Atomic Search compares to Canvas Search, I'd love to answer those for you.